Hey, and welcome to Westside's Uptown Kids YouTube channel. So, because we are not having a church service in the building, I thought I would bring a church service to you. So, this morning or afternoon or evening, whatever time you're watching this, we are going to be talking about creation. Maybe you guys already know about it. I know we've talked about it at class before, but I'm going to go over it with you this morning. All right, so because we're not in a regular building, we're obviously not having praise and worship. And I can't play guitar, and I really can't sing, so I'm not going to do praise for you. I would encourage you guys to find some of the praise and worship songs we use for class on YouTube. You know that we're always looking up our past VBS songs. You can go and find some of those, or maybe find some new ones. And then when we are back together, we can use some of your new songs for Sunday morning and Wednesday evening services. So we know that there are 7 days in creation, just like there are 7 days of the week, right? So we're going to go over these. I'm actually going to be reading it from my phone, which has the Bible app on it. But you know we have that app that we've talked about at church before called Bible for Kids. You can go and watch a video about creation on there. So we've also talked about how the Bible app has several different versions of the Bible, right? So there's NIV. This one's going to be the Message. That's the version that I'm going to use just because I feel like it's probably a little bit easier for all of us to understand, okay? All right, here we go. So this is day 1. First this, God created the heavens and the earth. All you see, all you don't see. Earth was a soup of nothingness, a bottomless emptiness, or inky blackness. God's Spirit brought it over like a bird above the water. And God spoke and said, "Light," and light appeared. God saw that the light was good and separated light from dark. God named the light day, and he named the dark night. It was evening, it was morning, and that was day 1. Okay, so then what comes after 1? It would be 2, day 2. It said God spoke sky in the middle of the waters, separate water from water. God made sky. He separated water under sky from the water above sky. And there it was. He named sky the heavens. It was evening, it was morning, and it was day 2. All right, so then we have day 3. Separate water beneath heaven, gather into one place. Land appear. And there it was. God named the land earth. He named the pooled water ocean. So when it says when the water had separated and came together, it wasn't like we had just drops of water everywhere. They pooled together into lakes and oceans and rivers and streams. So God named the pooled water ocean. God saw that it was good. God spoke, earth, green up, grow, all varieties of seed-bearing plants, every sort of fruit-bearing tree. And there it was. Earth produced green seed-bearing plants, all varieties, all fruit-bearing trees of all sorts. God saw that it was good. It was evening, it was morning, and that was day 3. So I want you to think, day 3. Day 3, things were separated, things were created, fruit trees, bushes. And this week, I got some fresh strawberries, so I'm pretty grateful for day 3. Day 4, God spoke, lights, come out, shine in heaven's sky. So if we think of lights in the sky, what would that be? What do you think a light in the sky would be? Separate day from night, mark seasons and days and years, lights in heaven's sky to give light to earth. And there it was. God made 2 big lights, the larger to take charge of day. So what is a big light that we see that marks that it's daytime? What do you think that is? The smaller one to be charge of the night. So at night, what is a big light that you see outside? And he made the stars. God placed them in the heavenly sky to light up earth and oversee day and night, to separate light and dark. God saw that it was good. It was evening, it was morning, and it was day 4. All right, so then God spoke, swarm, ocean, with sea, life, and fishes. How many of you like the fishes in the sea that you get to see? How many of you love Nemo? I know we all love Nemo. I keep hearing quotes about Nemo still. So it says, birds fly through the sky over earth. God created the huge whales and all the swarm of life in the waters, every kind of species of flying birds. God saw that it was good. God blessed them, prosper, reproduce, fill the ocean. Birds reproduce on earth. It was evening, it was morning, and it was day 5. All right, then God spoke and he said, earth, generate life, every sort and kind, cattle and reptiles and wild animals, all kinds. This is probably the point where God made some of our favorite animals like dogs or cats. I know some of you are into snakes and reptiles, like it said. I'm sure this was probably your favorite day. It said, God saw that it was good. God spoke, let us make human beings in our image, make them reflecting our nature, so they can be responsible for the fish in the sea, the birds in the air, the cattle, and yes, earth itself, and every animal that moves on the face of earth. God created human beings. He created them godlike, reflecting God's nature. He created them male and female. God blessed them. Prosper, reproduce, fill earth, take charge. Be responsible for fish in the sea, birds in the air, for every living thing that moves on the face of earth. Then God said, I've given you every sort of seed-bearing plant on earth and every kind of fruit-bearing tree. I've given them to you for food, to all the animals and all birds, everything that moves and breathes. I give whatever grows out of the ground for food. And there it was. God looked over everything he had made. It was good, so very good. It was evening, it was morning, and it was day 6. Heaven and earth were finished, down to the last detail. By the 7th day, God had finished his work. On the 7th day, he rested from all his work. God blessed the 7th day. He made it a holy day. Because of that day, he rested from his work. All their creating had been done. And this is a story of how it all started, of heaven and earth and when they were created. All right, so I wanted to remind you that that story is obviously the very first story told in the Bible. When I was thinking about what story I would like to tell you guys or share with you guys today, I thought, why not start at the beginning? It is a good place to start. I really hope that you can read it yourselves. I'm going to be putting on the video where I found this at. It is in Genesis. That is the first book of the Bible, remember? And it is in the Message. That is the version that I use. So parents, if you have any questions, reach out to us. Please don't forget to like and subscribe this page to see more updates on what's going on. All right, so we have all created something. Just creating means to make something, do something, right? So I think that this week, maybe when we're home, if we create something, let's say we do a really good painting or coloring, or some of us are doing blocks or Legos. I want you, when you're done with it, to just look at it and say, it is good, like God said about the earth.